What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get deep into this video, please make sure to hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Today we're going to be talking about death in video games. And no, it's not Polybius, nor is it Tempest. So New Wave Toys has just unveiled their latest creation, a 1/6 scale Berzerk. What was that? But amidst the excitement, a chilling question emerges. Could this miniature marvel be cursed like its full-size coin-op counterpart? The roots of this mystery trace back to a time that some of us remember, when a player reportedly met their untimely demise while immersed in the world of Berzerk. It's a tale that's become entangled in urban legend, and to this day, people still believe that evil Otto is out to kill you. But there's conflicting accounts of these tragic stories. Well, and of course the circumstances surrounding them. Some claim that the game itself harbored malevolent forces, citing instances of players allegedly meeting their end after encountering the infamous character Evil Otto. If you want to watch a good YouTube video that has comprehensive coverage of the events surrounding Berzerk, I would highly recommend checking this one out. It's titled The Cursed Arcade Cabinet, and it's on a really cool channel called Debunk File. Here's a short clip talking about Jeff Daly's death.
Lovers. In January of 1981, a 19-year-old man by the name of Jeff Daly would make his way to the Berzerk cabinet. He managed to put his initials twice into the game, achieving the score 16,6600 right before dropping dead.
Back in the 80s, everybody thought video games was the devil's work unless you were playing video games. So of course there was a ton of press coverage surrounding the death of a young man who was playing an arcade game. Jeff Daly and Peter Burkowski were two of the main deaths that were attached to Berzerk. And another incident of an altercation breaking out between two boys over who would get to play the game ended in the death of one. Kat Despira, a passionate writer and historical researcher who thrives on unraveling unsolved mysteries and delving into the depths of urban legends, wrote an incredible article titled Dying to Play: The Berzerk Curse, Fact or Fiction. With meticulous research and her keen eye for detail, Kat dissects each aspect of the lore, debunking misconceptions and shedding light on the truth behind these enigmatic tales. While separating fact from fiction, she still manages to draw you in and offers a sense of what it might have been like to be there. She also makes a great reference to the film Nightmares, which has a segment titled The Bishop of Battle. She points out the strong connections to Berzerk and this game in the movie called Bishop of Battle, which in effect brings the main character to his own demise. You'll be able to find links for Kat's article, this video, and other references that are used in this video in the description. The funny thing is, Evil Otto kind of has a cheery demeanor, but he also pursues you relentlessly. Okay, before we get into this unboxing and review, let me just point out a few things that they've done with this cab. New Wave Toys also included the original version of Berzerk and its sequel Frenzy. As far as I can tell, it is the first version of Berzerk, which has a few differences from the second. As you can see looking at this list, New Wave Toys has really brought all the good things about the cabs that they've been making together to refine it for this one. First things first, New Wave Toys did send me this unit for review. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone, and nobody reviewed this video prior to its release except for me. So guys, thanks again for giving me this opportunity. And once again, the packaging is absolutely premium, as would be expected, and all of the important features are listed on the outside of the box. Here we have the faux power cord, bat top joystick, faux kick plate, and the coin door security bar, which is something new and really a cool fine detail. I will say, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that they can get the plastic and metal tip mix on the plug one day. But if not, that's okay. Let me know what you guys think about that weird little detail down in the comments. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, every time I get one of these from them, I am kind of looking for something to rip apart on it. And it's very difficult because every time there's something a little bit better or a little bit more. For example, the addition of a security bar for the coin door is insanely cool. And they have the metal overlay on the control panel and their refined CRT magnifier or filter that they have over the LCD screen, which looks really good. It's come such a long way from where they started. To get into the game menu, you're going to press first and second player simultaneously. We'll talk more about that later. The coin door lights up and not only looks beautiful, but works beautifully. I'm using these tweezers from the Coke vending machine just so that you guys can get a good view of how the coin goes in. And here's another incredible feature. They've now been able to replicate PCB storage, and it's just like the arcade version. They've really done a good job reproducing the look of the boards, and when you look closely at them, you can see all the little ROM chips and everything. As usual, the attention to detail is absolutely incredible. And once again, you have a removable coin bucket. All the parts operate very smoothly, and I haven't had any issues with functionality or usability for that matter. And I have to say that the joystick that they put in this particular arcade cabinet feels much better than the ones that they put in their previous machines. If I had to pinpoint reasons why, I would say it feels like the most sturdy joystick as well as the most responsive. I haven't had any issues with their previous joysticks, but again, by far, this one feels the best to me. The coin door security bar is magnetic, so you just stick it on there. It's really awesome. The kick plate comes with double-sided tape pre-installed, and all you have to do is line it up with the bottom right side of the arcade and then press it on there. As far as the exterior of the cab goes, it looks absolutely stunning. And of course, we have our USB in the back, our USB-C charging, and our HDMI port. The volume and power button are on the top, and I was able to test out those USB ports and plug in a pretty much random controller, and it worked just fine with the system, and I'll show you guys that here in a minute. As collectors, we love stuff like this, the fine details, the look, the feel, and the premium quality that New Wave Toys offers. And I think it's important to note that you pay for what you get for with New Wave Toys. My personal opinion is that I don't feel like they're ever trying to skimp on any of these. They just keep getting better. And I think I say that in every review video, which is kind of annoying, but also kind of cool. My hands aren't huge, so I can use this control panel pretty easily, but for someone who has bigger hands, you're definitely going to want to use a control pad. As far as I can tell, the gameplay is great. A few things that I picked up: the necktie still works in this version, and this seems to be the first version of Berzerk. Personally, I think the first version is better. There's some differences in the timing of the game and bugs that are in the game, which become unavailable in the second version. Here we are testing out the system on HDMI. When we get into the menu here, you do have the options to enable scan lines, so I went ahead and tried that. Now you're going to see it cut off down by the bottom edge of my TV, but that's because I didn't adjust my picture on the TV. Other than that, you can switch games at the top menu there where you see the title of the game. Now here we go. I'm testing out my Sega Saturn USB controller, and it worked perfectly fine. I plugged it in, everything was already mapped, it was good to go. Playing the game on a bigger screen with the controller did make it a little bit more enjoyable. I feel like I'm more stressed out when I play it on the smaller screen with the smaller controls for some reason. Overall, I honestly think that this is an incredible little cab, that they did a fantastic job with all the details. And this game is hard, by the way. I played this for a while, and I was getting my butt kicked. I don't remember it being this hard on Atari. With that being said, if I could pick one thing about this cab that I wish they would have done differently, it would have been the vinyl side art. Instead of doing a vinyl type side art on this, they printed it on the plastic. Now, it looks good, but I think it just would have looked a little bit more authentic with the vinyl. That was my only nag that I could find. Guys, I think this is an absolutely amazing little machine, and it's available on their website. Make sure you check the link in the description if you're interested.
Look, I'm not a very superstitious person, but there's something different about this game. Did you guys hear that?
Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the review and got some interesting, useful information out of it.
And thank goodness urban legends are nothing but legends, right? It's funny how crazy our imaginations can go sometimes with things, and